Record.
Hey, what's up? So today I'm gonna show you the only pair that you should master, and it is DXY. What is DXY? The DXY is the index of the US dollar, right? So why we should master this pair? It's because the world right now, right, rule on the US dollar, right? The US dollar has a huge influence in the world. So that's why it is the only pair that you should master. So let's dive in on the chart. Right? There we go. So I'm gonna show you on the chart DXY, right? So DXY is the index, right, of the dollar and how it moves. So when I say master, it's not that you trade DXY, you master it. So it means that you analyze it and how it moves. It allow you to position better on, let's say, gold, Nasdaq, US 30, BTC, right? GBP, JPY, Euro, GBP, and other pairs. So I'm gonna show you the proof that DXY, the index, the dollar index, influence most of all market, right? So if we look on Forex Factory, we can see December 9, right, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, right? We had two news for the US, and it came out positive, right? I'm not gonna make a video on, because I already did, right, about the Forex Factory. You can go on my playlist and look for Forex Factory if you don't understand it yet, right? So we have two good news at 8:30 for the US dollar, and at 10 a.m. we had also good news for the US, and this one is not a good news for the US, but it's orange, right? So we have three red good news for the US, and let's see what happened on the chart at that time, right? So there we go. Here, DXY 8:30 path. If you look at it closely, December 9 at 8:30 a.m., right? Boom. Gave a move to the upside, right? Normal. Why? Because we have good news for the US, right? So the price went up. Okay. So you might ask yourself, but why I should master DXY if I don't trade it? Right? So if you look at 8:30, what happened on other pairs? So we're gonna look on gold, right? So gold, oh, what we have here at 8:30, December 9, boom, a move to the downside. Why? It's just because, from my experience, and also I'm not a financial advisor, what I'm gonna show you today is more educational and also from my own experience. So what I realized during my trading journey is gold and DXY and the US dollar have a reverse correlation. So it means that if DXY is getting some strength, gold tend to go down and vice versa. So if DXY go down, gold tend to go up. So here, good reaction on gold. We gave a move to the downside because the US, right, the DXY gave a move to the upside. So let's look on US 100, NASDAQ, right? Oh, what we see here, boom, December 9, 8:30, boom, went to the downside. So right now, what we see, it is right now, and it is gonna change in few weeks, few months, few years. The answer is yes. So what we have as a reverse correlation with the DXY is NAS, right? NASDAQ 100, US 30, gold, let's say it's a D, right? Gold, boom. And also BTC, right? Of course, you have GBP USD, Euro USD, right? So what it means that if the XY is going up, NAS tend to go down, US 30, BTC, gold, GBP USD, Euro USD, and also other pairs. But you have to understand that they don't move equally. What I mean by that is because if the XY is getting some strength, doesn't mean that NAS will give the same movement as, let's say, BTC, US 30, gold, and vice, etc., right? So you have to understand that they are their own pair, let's say, like that. They're also independent in a way, right? It doesn't mean that it will move the same, let's say, in terms of pips, right? So keep that in mind. And also, I didn't say that you will base only how you analyze the market with that, but I think you should implement DXY in how you analyze the market, right? So it's a complement, it's an add-on, right? It's not only one thing, right? It's not, okay, I'm just gonna look at DXY and then position myself. No, but I think it should be one add-on on your own strategy. That's what I'm saying, because, for example, if you're trading NAS and then you don't understand what happened at 8:30, it's just because of the news that we have, right, on USD. So it's just, if it's going down, now you will understand more why it did that move, right? So let's see on US 30, the Dow Jones, right? What we see here, boom, 8:30, December 9, and we can go on and on and on and on on every single pair, right? I didn't say all of them, but most of them, right? So if we look here for BTC, right? There we go, December 9, 8:30. I'm not gonna look at other crypto. Why? It's just because how BTC tend to move, it will influence the other crypto pairs, right? So let's say we go on Ethereum And where it is Saturday, so nope. Of course, I'm on the 1 minute, right? Here, boom, 8:30. So that's proof, right? So let's go on GJ, GBP, JPY. So if a trader tell me that the only pair I should master is DXY, I will know that he understand more than, let's say, intermediate, right? Because as you can see on the chart, it is affecting the market. Here, 8:30, we have this move here, boom, boom, boom on GBP, JPY. Let's go on real GBP. Here, so like I said, it depends on, it is not exactly the same move for every pair in terms of pips, right? So let's go on Forex. Here, CAD-JPY, I just go randomly just to show you, right? 8:30. Oops. Yeah. Boom. There we go. GBP CH, GBP Chief. I like to say GBP Chief, GBP CHF, right? Boom. 8:30. Big movements, right? We can, like I said, go on and on and on and on, but you can do it as well on your side, right? Boom. Boom. There we go. So now that you know that is the only pair that you should master, you decide if it's a good thing if you implement it in your how you analyze the market, right? So what I like about trading is you are your own boss, right? Everybody has their own perception of the market, right? So when we had that, now I'm going to talk about my setup on gold, right? How I was able to position myself twice Friday. So like I said, 8:30, boom, good news for the US. So it means that I should look for sells or short for gold, right? Because they are, like I said, they have a reverse correlation. So if we look here on the 1 hour, so DXY gave his move to the upside and then come back to here, fill up the imbalance here, and then move up, right, from this area. So it's still respecting from this area, right? We look we look on the 1 hour, right? On a 1 hour chart, if I look only for this move, specific move. So I'm an intraday trader, right? So that's why for this setup, of course, I did analyze on daily, 4 hours, 1 hour, but I was aware about the news. So at that time, my only focus is to look to position myself, right, in the market, in and out, because we are Friday. So it was not really my goal to keep that trade over the weekends, even if I did, right? Anyways, so that was the plan. So what I like to do before taking, doing my trading session is having a goal for that day, right? Of course, I have weekly goals, monthly goals, right, and other goals for trading. But when I position myself, I'm aware of what's happening. Okay, so today, do we have news? No. No or yes, right? So it's all that what I'm doing before I trade. And also my setup yesterday will be different, of course, from maybe my previous session. Why? Is because we don't have the same condition in the market. I understand that there's trader that always have their own strategy and is this and this before they're entering in the market. But over time, I developed my own skills about taking more setup, right? Depending of what the market is giving me, right? Because I believe that the more you understand the market, the more you can position yourself, right? What I mean by that is because if you only trade on based on support and resistance, right? I didn't say it's not good. It is good. If it works for you, keep doing it, right? But what I mean is you are limited, right, in the market. What I like to compare trading is with basketball. So if you only know how to take layups in the game, you will be limited because you don't know how to make 3 points, 2 points, alley-oop, dunk, free throws, right? But if you can do more than just layups, so alley-oop, slam dunk, 3 points, 2 points, free throw, you can, have a better chance to win, right? So that's how that's what I developed through my experience in trading. It's not only based on only one thing, but it's based on what setup the market giving me. I hope it's clear because sometimes, when I show people my setup, they say, oh, but do you always risk 10 pips? Or you always risk? No, it's not that. It's on this specific setup. I saw this, and then I position myself with what the market gave me at that time, right? I hope it's clear. So, of course, can be different, one setup and another, right? So like I said, there's not a good or bad way how you trade, right? Based on your knowledge and skills. The question, the only question for traders, right? There's other questions, but the only question you should ask yourself, are you profitable? If the answer is yes, just keep doing what you do. So now I'm gonna talk about gold. So I analyze it on smaller time frame, right? Because I was looking at the news. So I did wait for the news, the result, right, of the news. And what you have to be aware, like I already said that in the video when I made on Forex Factory, but you have the news like 2 or 3 minutes after 8:30, right? So I was waiting for the market to do its thing and then look at potential entries if I have confirmation, right? So sometimes I do position myself before the news, but in that specific, yesterday, I did wait for the move to play out and then position myself. Why? Because I was waiting for the result, and it says that the US, it's a good news for the US. So what the US should do is go to the upside. So I was looking for shorting gold. So that's okay. So I'm looking for shorts. Amazing. After that, went on the chart. So gave DXY gave his move to the upside, and then when he did come down, right? For me, was a retracement from this up move, right? We move up and then we retrace, we close the imbalance or mostly of it on the 5 minutes, right? Let's go on the 1 minute just for fun. Whoa. And also what I want to tell you is if you're not comfortable trading with the news, don't do it. because it's very violent. You know, you need to be, from in my perspective, advanced to trade at the news, like right away, right? So we did push, you know, DXY went up and then retrace and then boom, go up to here. So I was waiting for the retracement of that move before positioning myself on gold. Why? Because if you look at gold, what happened at, I'm just gonna play it like that. So gold made its move down and then come back to this area. So I was patient to have a better entry. I didn't position myself there. I was waiting more for the price. And then when it did hit this, so what we understand, right? We create liquidity here, tops, and also liquidity, right? Because we didn't, like, a real move would be go to the downside, retrace, and then give the real movement. So since we were consolidating in that area, I was waiting for, let's say, a smart money move, right? Boom, here. So what happened is we have these tops here. Tops here means liquidity. I'm not gonna dive in exactly what it is, right? Because it will take too much time. So we push it up and then we recheck. So once I saw this rejection, I positioned myself just under 1800. To be honest, I wanted to position myself at really like flat 1800, but I didn't, right? Because the move was really fast and it's on the 1 minute chart, right? So I did position myself, but 1799, right? 50-ish, something like that. And then I had a scalp setup, right? So like this, my stop loss was above here. Why? Because once I saw this rejection, so I positioned myself after. So for my stop loss, I said, okay, so if we grab liquidity, we can push the price lower, right? So if it go up, of course, a good stop loss, right, would be here because you're playing that zone and it can, right, move up, right, more before making a down move, right? But for me, I was playing that zone, but I was aware that we can potentially go higher. So enter here, my TP1 was this low here. So I just put it here like that. My real TP would be here or right, but I like to put it, my TP just a bit above. Why? Because if we don't trigger my TP and then move to the upside, I will miss the trade by a few pips. So my TP was here, TP1, TP2 was here. So I had two TPs on that. And then if we go lower, of course, I have more, let's say, intraday swing trade TPs, right? But I was paying this and it was like 1 to, let's say, roughly 4, 1 to 4, 395, right, to be exact. So let's see how the price, boom. So we did hit TP1, TP2, I closed 90. When I saw this, right, this reaction at this area, I said, we can see buyers, right, entering in that area, right, because it's a low and we did move up from here, so potentially we can move up again, right? So I did close here 95% of my trade, so it's a 1 to 5. So of course the TP2 was here, it hit, but at that level I did close 95% and 1 to 5, right? So play out good, and then we're gonna just look at what happened after. So we did of course IBE, right? I break even my position, and then I said, nah, I'm done for the day. But but I was looking at the price at that area, right? If we look left here on the 1 hour, what we see here, a low, right? Let's go on the 15 minutes. So for me, on 15 minutes was a good potential sell. Why? It's just because if we look at it, right? I'm gonna go fast because I don't want to take too much of your time, but do we agree that from this area we gave this movement to the downside, right? So if we come back to this area, it can potentially be a pullback, right? So the idea was give the first movement and then pull back and then give another movement, right? So if we look at here, why would be a good position? Why would be a good place for you to position yourself? It's simple. It's just because we have low here and then plus imbalance on the 15 minutes. So we broke. If we understand market structure, is when we have low being broke, in the future, it can potentially, right? It can potentially become a top and then make another move to the downside, right? In that specific setup, right? Because we're looking for shorts, right? So if we look right at that level, what happened? We did hit the area. I think it was more when here. Boom, we hit that area. So I decided to position myself here. Boom. And have, let's look left. Yeah, so a good stop loss would be above this area, right? A 50 pips, right? Which is good, right, for gold. But I did play this zone. I was aware, right? I was aware of this zone here that can play out. So I played this zone, but I was aware that we can potentially push the price higher, right? So a good stop loss would be here, but I played that zone, so my stop loss was very, very tight, right? Why? Because I played that zone specifically, right? So made some gains already on this move here. If you look at it here, boom, right? And then this was an extra, right? An extra trade that I took yesterday because of what I just said, right? Knowing that, so I went with the USD, getting some strength. So I want to position myself. I'm looking for position myself for short on gold. It doesn't mean that you have a good news on USD that you position yourself right away on the chart. No, you have you need to analyze it and making your zones or whatever it is and have some confirmation before taking your trade. That is very important, right? So my TP1 was here. Why? Because we have these tops here. Boom. And then TP2 here. And also we are at 1800, so which is good. So why was my TP there? It's just because when you have a top being, you know, broken, we can potentially become, you know, a low here and then move it to the upside. So this was my TP1. And then look at what happened next. Boom. So I did close here. I did take some partial and then break even here. So I like it. Nice reaction. If you look on the 5 minutes, we sit on it, right? Boom, and then fell to go up. So we broke below. So it's nice because it's more confirmation that it will go to the downside. And then what happened is, boom, we played again here. Why? Because we broke and then we went here, right? And also because we were Friday, I didn't want to leave a position for the weekend, but I did close 95% of my trade when it went down to here. Of course, it didn't hit my TP here, but like I said, I didn't want to keep that trade for the weekend, so that's why I just leave a 5% on this setup. There we go. I hope you enjoyed the value today. If you do so, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next one.